Now in our headlines for this update, Chelsea have raided Brighton again to snap up the transfer chief Sam Joao. Manchester United legend and prominent pundit Gary Neville believes Chelsea have a good chance of winning the 2023-24 Carabao Cup final against Liverpool. Also, Chelsea's forgotten man Malang Sarr has friends very worried about him after his January transfer to Le Havre collapsed. More to come on that, so keep watching. Giving a thumbs up for this video would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss our subsequent updates. Now in our first news, Chelsea have raided Brighton again to snap up the transfer chief Sam Joao. The Seagulls' head of recruitment has agreed to a new role at Stamford Bridge and is now on gardening leave, just 15 months after the Blues hired his predecessor Paul Winstanley, who now shares the role of co-sporting director with Lawrence Stewart, the Mirror report. Graham Potter also departed the Amex to head to West London around that time, spending less than 7 months in charge before getting sacked in April of last year. Joao is in fact the 11th Brighton staff member to do so. Joao, the son of ex-Wigan boss Paul, stepped into Winstanley's shoes temporarily when he left for Chelsea in November 2022, before officially taking on the role in February. Announcing his departure, Brighton said, "Sam Joao has accepted a new position at Chelsea FC. Sam has now commenced a period of gardening leave. We thank him for his long service to our club." With immediate effect, Mike Cave, Assistant Technical Director, supported by George Holmes, Scouting and Intelligence Manager, will assume Sam's responsibilities. Liverpool legend Graham Souness says his one concern heading into the Carabao Cup final this weekend is how his former club will cope with their injury crisis. 9 players are currently on the treatment table, and while it does level the playing field somewhat, Souness still believes the Reds will beat Chelsea on Sunday. It's not a done deal. Of course, Chelsea have a chance, but for me, it's a 60-40 game. I think Liverpool will win. That's even without the boys who went off injured. That's my one concern for Liverpool. They've got an abundance of strikers and even guys that change games when they're not playing well. Diogo Jota and Curtis Jones, who were both taken off injured during the 4-1 win over Brentford, will not be in contention to play this weekend. While Jota has suffered knee ligament damage, Jones has sustained a leg injury that will prevent him from playing. Both Alisson Becker and Dominic Szoboszlai are also deemed major doubts, while the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold have already been ruled out. Meanwhile, Manchester United legend and prominent pundit Gary Neville believes Chelsea have a good chance of winning the 2023-24 Carabao Cup final against Liverpool. He believes the Blues' counter-attacking style and the Reds' injury list are reasons for the same. The two teams will clash at Wembley on Sunday, February 25th. Chelsea will enter the fixture on a 3-match unbeaten run, picking up an encouraging 1-1 draw at Manchester City in their most recent game. In that contest, Mauricio Pochettino's men hurt City on the counter on multiple occasions, including for the goal. Liverpool, meanwhile, have won 4 of their last 5 matches, with their only defeat in that span coming at Arsenal. However, they are dealing with injuries across all departments, and Neville believes the Blues are in with a chance to win the Carabao Cup final, though he maintained that the Reds are favourites. The footballer-turned-pundit told Sky Sports, "Liverpool are favourites next week, let's be clear. But Chelsea have a real chance. What they showed last Saturday is that when a team push up the pitch, which Liverpool do, they can counter-attack and be really dangerous. I think it suits Chelsea." Chelsea star Cole Palmer has now shared which position he enjoys playing the most when playing for the club right now. He told the club's Twitter the role he enjoys playing most in the middle of a promotional video for his recent Future Stars card on EA Sports FC 24. Palmer has arguably been the player of the season for the Blues this campaign, which is an astonishing achievement considering he is the most recent first-team player to join the club on a permanent basis, and 12 goals and 8 assists in all competitions speak for themselves, though, with his impact on the side clear to see. The 21-year-old has featured in a number of positions since his summer move from Manchester City. He has played on the right, as part of a midfield 3 and as a false 9 to varying levels of success. When asked, Palmer was able to nail down the one role he personally prefers. He said, "If I had to pick one, right wing probably." The former City man featured in that role last Saturday against his former side, as the Blues looked to get a result against the title favourites. Cole Palmer has also shared what his personal best moment has been since he made the move to Chelsea last summer. His brace in the EFL Cup semi-final second leg helped them reach the final, where they will face Liverpool on Sunday at Wembley. The 2 goals in the match at Stamford Bridge are one of a few notable moments the England international has enjoyed this season. However, his personal favourite is one that Chelsea supporters are likely to disagree with. He said, "Probably scoring at Old Trafford. Palmer scored a goal that at the time brought the Blues level against Manchester United. However, they went on to lose 2-1 after putting in one of their weakest team performances of the season. The result saw some lose faith in the manager, with him needing to do a lot to turn things round with some sections of the Stamford Bridge faithful. He does seem to have gone about this the right way, putting together a string of good performances that have actually coincided with some positive results as well." Now, Chelsea sold some big players last summer, including Mason Mount and Kai Havertz. After a slow start to life at Arsenal, the latter has really picked up recently, scoring an excellent goal against Burnley over the weekend. Nevertheless, former Chelsea goalkeeper Mark Schwarzer, who has been speaking on the Optus Sport Football podcast, still thinks the Blues did superb business by selling Kai Havertz to Arsenal. On the transfer, he said, "I think it's really good business, Havertz to Arsenal for £60 million. I think it's superb business by Chelsea." Well, Nicholas Jackson has come in to replace Havertz up front and has scored 7 goals in the Premier League this season, already matching the 24-year-old's 2022-23 tally. Now, Chelsea bonuses for Carabao Cup glory has been revealed as Todd Boehly tightens purse strings. The Chelsea squad will share a bonus pot of £500,000 if they win the Carabao Cup final. Victory over Liverpool at Wembley on Sunday will signify the first major trophy of the Todd Boehly Clearlake Capital era since they took over from Roman Abramovich in May 2022. The club's new owners have managed to trim the wage bill, as well as keeping a stern idea on bonuses on offer. This is despite the significant spending in the transfer market, which has seen the Blues spend over £1 billion in the last 2 years. Despite struggling in the Premier League, Chelsea's form in domestic cup competitions has been impressive this season. Mauricio Pochettino's side overcame Wimbledon, Brighton, Blackburn, Newcastle and Middlesbrough to reach the final, and they will get an opportunity to earn a modest bonus this weekend. According to the Daily Mail, Chelsea's players will share a £500,000 prize fund if they beat Liverpool. The club's bonus scheme entitles every player who has played in the Carabao Cup this season, with the percentage of the pot depending on the number of minutes they have donned this season. Should the prize pot be divided equally, each player in Pochettino's 25-man squad would earn £20,000. Sky Sports pundit Jamie Carragher believes that Chelsea defender Thiago Silva should no longer be starting for the Blues. Mauricio Pochettino's side put in a strong defensive display without the Brazilian veteran against Manchester City at the weekend, with Axel Disasi and Levi Colwill selected as the centre-back partnership. As Silva's contract is expiring at the end of the season, Carragher suggested it may be time for the changing of the guard. "I think it makes it very difficult for Thiago Silva to come back into the team between now and the end of the season, unless someone gets injured. Chelsea have the cup final against Liverpool, but I certainly think they have to start building something for the future. There's not an awful lot to play for after the cup final. I think looking at those two in a partnership and maybe another young centre-back in the squad, the days of Thiago Silva playing at Chelsea have got to come to an end." To some transfer updates, Fulham Vice-Chairman Tony Khan has told TalkSport the club would consider any offers that make sense for Chelsea target Joao Palhinha. The Cottagers chief has hailed the midfielder as a core part of Marco Silva's team and a huge part of the club, but admits any player is for sale for the right price. That approach to business was on display over the summer, when Fulham cashed in on top goalscorer Alexander Mitrovic when Saudi Arabia came calling for the big Serbian. Khan insists he would have loved for Mitrovic to be at Fulham forever, but the player's wish to leave and Al Hilal's £50 million offer for the striker made sense for everyone. The 28-year-old Portuguese star was close to also leaving the London club last summer and even travelled to Germany on deadline day in September to seal a transfer to Bayern Munich, only for the deal to fall through due to Fulham's failure to find a replacement. In the following weeks, Palhinha then signed a new 5-year contract that runs until 2028 with the option of a further year, but it appears clear why the club wanted him to sign those terms. Losing Palhinha would be a huge blow for the Cottagers, but it appears their £60 million price tag on the midfielder is an affordable price for several clubs linked with an interest, including Premier League giants Liverpool, Man City and Chelsea. Chelsea's forgotten man Malang Sarr has friends very worried about him after his January transfer to Le Havre collapsed. The 25-year-old who joined the Blues in 2020 is still on his £100,000 a week salary but has been made to train with the under-21 side. Sarr made a move to Stamford Bridge over 3.5 years ago as a free agent from Nice but was immediately sent on loan to Porto. But after failed loan spell at the Portuguese side and injury causing a premature end to a spell on loan at Monaco, the Frenchman has found himself back at Stamford Bridge. And according to The Athletic, close friends of Sarr have never seen the defender so down after a potential move to Le Havre fell through on the final day of the January transfer window. They said, "I have never seen him as low as this. This is the first time I have seen him like this. He tries to change his mental state, but it is hard when you are not playing. He is not in the first team dressing room anymore. He is with the kids in the other building. He feels outside the group. He tries to hide his feelings, but I know him, what he is really feeling." After the centre-back's move to Le Havre collapsed, the League One side accused Chelsea's handling of the deal as disgraceful after going back on their agreement to let him go as a free agent, which the club denies. Le Havre director Mathieu Bodmer said, "What Chelsea did to Malang Sarr was disgraceful. With just a few details still to be worked out, they did a U-turn. They gave the youngster the go-ahead to travel. A financial agreement had been reached for the 18 months of his remaining contract at Chelsea. However, on several occasions, they went back on their agreement, and then gave it again. And once the player had agreed to make a big effort, to come to us even on a tiny salary, just to play football, they blocked him. Everything was okay, the contract had even been submitted to the league, but we never received Chelsea's cancellation. In the end, they just told him he wouldn't be leaving and they didn't even answer the phone anymore." Barcelona midfielder linked with move to Chelsea few days ago Frenkie de Jong has admitted he is angry over reports that suggest he is open to leaving Barcelona this summer. De Jong was previously linked with a move away from Barcelona in the summer of 2022 when Manchester United appeared to be leading the race to secure his signature. However, a transfer ultimately failed to transpire after the Dutchman insisted he wanted to remain with the Catalan giants. A recent report claimed that de Jong's situation had changed, and he was now prepared to entertain the prospect of leaving the club at the end of the season. Although Xavi has said the former Ajax man is happy at the club, there has been speculation linking him with the likes of Man United and Chelsea. French champions Paris Saint-Germain have also been mooted as a potential destination for the Netherlands international. The 26-year-old has now hit out at those rumours ahead of Wednesday's clash with Napoli in the first leg of the Champions League last 16. "Recently I am a little angry with what the press write in general," de Jong told reporters at Tuesday's press conference. "A lot of stuff that is not true has come out. I can't understand it, people reporting lies. It's irritating me a little. For example, the media speak a lot about my contract, my salary. It's a lot of smoke, a lot of lies, that I'm earning £34 million or whatever. That is a long way from what I earn. I won't say numbers, but a story has been invented that is not true." According to reports, Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain are monitoring Chelsea centre-back Levi Colwill's situation, but would likely be shunned away by the Blues if they choose to make a move. While Chelsea have successfully qualified for the final of the EFL Cup and the fifth round of the FA Cup, a lack of consistency continues to plague their season. Despite their on-field issues, Mauricio Pochettino and company remain confident about retaining the up-and-coming talents in their ranks. According to transfer expert Ben Jacobs, European giants such as PSG and Liverpool are keeping close tabs on their star defender Levi Colwill. Nevertheless, the deal is unlikely to go through this summer, with Jacobs suggesting that the English club will dismiss any offer that comes through for Colwill's signature. The report also states that PSG are seemingly unfazed by this situation and would be willing to play the long game to get their man. With the English centre-back also adamant on extending his stay at Chelsea, PSG will have to pull off something inexplicable to complete the transfer in 2024. Manchester United have stepped up their interest in Lille defender Leny Yoro but face stiff competition from Chelsea, according to HITC. Yoro is emerging as one of the brightest young talents in French football and his potential has caught the eye of clubs in the Premier League. HITC claims that Man United have identified the youngster as a potential signing and intensified their scouting of the player after sending representatives to watch him in action during Lille's 3-0 win over Le Havre at the weekend. However, United aren't the only club showing a keen interest, as the report says Chelsea also had scouts in the stands to watch Yoro put in another excellent display on Saturday. Although he needs to work on his physicality, he has the technical attributes to do well for Chelsea or Manchester United if he were to join one of the English giants this summer. The duo will need to be prepared to pay big money if they want to sign the French youngster, as Lille are reportedly demanding around £51 million for his signature this summer. Thanks for giving us your attention once again. See you in the next video. Have a nice day.